have no idea. I'm at a loss. Maybe some metal. Maybe the sensor's rusted. I don't. Inside, water got into it. Metal intruded, and it's messing up the magnetic flow or whatever. I have no idea. Oh, this is crazy. Customer states four-wheel drive is acting erratic at 158 miles per hour on the speedometer. Opening the hood.
Boy, he jumped in all by himself.
Yeah, he never does that.
I know, he got in all by himself.
Yeah,
He's getting too heavy to lift. He's
Hello,
about 80
darling.
pounds high.
You leaving?
I am, yes. Early out today.
Good. Oh yeah, it's
started spring break.
Spring breaks next week, so the teachers are kicking all the kids out at noon.
Come get your kids.
Yeah, come get them now. And so we're all done with that anyway. Let's do some work before this spring break starts. Hello, everybody. Good day to you guys. We got a 2000, I think it's an 18 or a 17 Ford Escape. She's got the little baby motor. It's a 2-liter. Customer states that the engine runs rough and it feels like it stalls, and that it has the warning indicators on the dashboard at 50,947 miles on the shaded odometer that we cannot see. Let us starting the engine. Push button. Turn that down. Copyright. Nope, don't know what that is. Collision warn not available. There's a message. Wonder why we can't warn about collisions. We got an ABS, track, brake, track control, exclamation point or an I or something. Hill start assist not available. What else do we have here? That's it. Speed is 0. Okay, so we got some warning lights and no check engine. Yeah, they said it runs rough, but I don't have a check engine light. I figured the ECU would have been like, hey, something's wrong here. But anyway, let's bring this thing into the shop. Okay, so I turned off the parking brake, so our red brake warning indicator is off. All right, let's go out for a quick test drive and see how this thing performs. I'm not certain we have a drivability problem. We have a chassis control problem here. Yeah, track control and ABS. All right, let's go for a ride and see what this thing does to us. And then we'll go from there. So stay tuned. This is gonna be a very good video. Uh-oh, I found something. I totally just found something. We're not going far, I can tell you that. The wheels are scrubbing. You hear that? And it stopped just right there. And right when it stopped, I got a four-wheel drive, temporarily, words are hard, disabled. So now it's not doing that. So this thing is binding in like four-wheel drive, meaning it's trying to be in 4x. Or it was in 4x. I wonder if this is all-wheel drive. I have to check that. I don't see that it's selectable. 4x4 select anywhere? No. Auto start stop? No. TCS? No. No. Yeah, this must be automatically engaging four-wheel drive. Either way, it was trying to be in 4x4 and it should not have been. So let's go ahead and cut our test drive short because we don't need to be riding around anymore. And I'm gonna nose this into the shop. We're gonna scan tool it real quick and see what our diagnostic trouble codes are indicating. So let's go fetch the scan tool, plug it in, power it up, log into it, and read our diagnostic trouble codes. All right, climbing back in, scan tool in hand. The digital instrument cluster, or DIC, is telling us that the vehicle is on. I know that, and you know that because we just drove it in here. But you know, we need that information to let us know. Turn that off. Driver door is ajar. No, it is not a jar. That is in fact a door, and doors are not jars. Anyway, scanner's done talking to this guy. 50,948 on the clock. 2-liter EcoBoost GTDI. Gasoline direct injection. 2018 Escape all-wheel drive. So this is full-time all-wheel drive. It does what it wants whenever it wants to. So when it picks up a low track event, then like you get wheel slip or something like that, it will it'll engage the lockers and use the other drive wheels. Does it all by itself. I don't want engine codes. I want track control, ABS codes. Anti-lock, that's where it should be found. There's a glare from my illuminators. Codes menu. Memory codes. Continuing. Show me something. Wheel speed sensor. Oh! Continuous memory codes. Left rear wheel speed sensor mechanical failure, not current. Left rear wheel speed sensor signal erratic, not current. Steering wheel position sensor compare failure, not current. That's secondary to the others. Left rear wheel speed sensor signal invalid, not current DTC. Okay, so what it's telling us is that the left rear wheel speed sensor circuit is not providing the correct information to the ECU. So let's go into data menu, and we're going to see what the sensors are actually doing. It's going to show us all 4 of them. What we're going to do is we're going to graph those speed sensors, and we're going to drive the vehicle around through the parking lot. And where's my speeds? There we go, miles per hour, fronts and rears. So they have them separated. We got left front and left rear. So there's our 2 PIDs. Let's go ahead and set those up on a graph. We can check the right sides later. I lost it. Rear dump, rear isolation, front dump. I don't want to take any dumps. Scroll up. There it is. Left rear, or I'm sorry, left front here and left rear at the bottom. I know you can't see the wording because it's like bright, but we're stationary, so our graph going through time is not indicating any wheel speeds. So let's go ahead and back her up. Check behind us, safety, I see you. Honks for safety. Let's back it up. We're definitely going to see some action on the fronts because the front said that they were working. Yep, there it is. 1 miles per hour. It's like I forget the conversion, 2.2 kilometers per hour. Is that it? Is it kilos to pounds or 2.2? I forget. My math's not mathing today. Words are hard. Yeah, that makes no sense. Words are hard, so I can't do math. There we go. Flipping genius over here. So here's what we're looking at. We're driving. We see the front is displaying wheel speed and the rear is not displaying wheel speed. So what this tells us at this point is that the 4-wheel drive system is broken because the ECU, which is the ABS control module, does not see any wheel speed from the left rear, and it assumes that the wheel is not turning. So it's trying to engage 4x4. That's why we're locked into 4-wheel drive, because it's trying to regain traction. Then we drive enough and it goes, hey, I'm not regaining traction, I'm broken. And it's manually turning off or automatically turning off its ability to be a 4x4 / all-wheel drive vehicle. So let's get it up on the air, on the rack, and take a look at the left rear and see what's happening with our sensor. Maybe the wire's torn off, maybe the bearing's bad, maybe it's disconnected. We found that before. Had a car once, similar, it was a Chevy Silverado. It's at the dealership, 2 of them, wheel speed sensor circuit, and they couldn't find it. They said everything looked fine. They did a reset on it and drove it around and said that it's fine. Found out that the sensor was disconnected. It was like the pins were touching in the connector. It's like somebody went to plug it back in, but they didn't plug it in all the way, and it was just kind of sitting in the housing. So sometimes it made connection, sometimes not. All you had to do was look up and touch it, and then it was fixed. But the dealership couldn't figure that out at $225 an hour. Oops. Powering down. Set up the rack and take a look down below at the bottom. Black subscribe button. Let's run her up in the air here. Take a look. Left rear. We're gonna check out both rears. In fact, we're gonna check out everything under this car. That's what I do here. You know, I gotta tell you, I'd like to double down on my position that it comes in threes. I had a wheel speed ABS problem the other day, a four-wheel drive problem the other day, and then another four-wheel drive problem before that the other day. So this is the next four-wheel drive / ABS problem. The last one was an F-150, which turned out to be a non-problem. Where is my sensor back here? There she is. I found you. It's over here. Let's pull the wheel. I can't see it very clearly with all this accoutrement in the way. That was French. Je parlais en français. En français! Someone's like, that's not French. I know there's a French Canadian in there gonna tell me, hey, that's not French. By the way, Canada, are you guys still mad at me for that Canada joke I made? Come on, sorry. Yeah, don't be mad at me, Canada. We love you guys. Yeah, no, seriously, I didn't mean to offend you guys with that joke. I assure you, I'm not racist against Canadians. That'd be silly. Nuts are falling. Okay, let's pull that guy off. Drop it down, and the survey is gonna slide. Now it's dark in here, we can't see. So there's our sensor. Let's get an illuminator. Maximum illumination. Okay, so what I'm here to inspect is damage to the wires, which I do not see. And the rest of the wire is inside of the loom, running up, and it's going in. Got a connector back here. That's connected, okay. So here, let's check out the sensing element itself. What I'm gonna do, disconnect this guy. Come out. Please come out. I wanna check the tone ring on the axle first. There we go. Yeah, let's pull that sensor out and we should be able to see the tone ring that's on the axle. We'll inspect that. It's either not getting signal, bad sensor, tone ring's damaged, rusted, corroded, broken, bent, or out of alignment, or something else. So here, we need some tools. Shiny gold ratchet, and is that French? Ratchet. There we go. How about a Torx 30? Okay. Torx bit right there. Gravity. Please get in there. Oh. Unclick. That's feels like there's Loctite on this bolt here. Don't break off in the spindle. That'll take what could be an easy job and turn it into a not fun day. I'm tired of extracting broken bolts. I'm doing a lot of that this week too. Get that guy out. Need a tool to extract that sensing unit. Let's see here. Oh yeah, that's stuck in there pretty good too. It's rusted. Let's give it a twist. Gonna break it loose. It's in there sealed up with like an O-ring. There we go. Okay, there's our sensor. It looks like something was touching that. Here, what we'll do, kind of looking at that tone ring in there, which is not a normal tone ring that looks like a gear. That one is smooth, so I would have to assume it's just got a magnet inside. Here's, look at that. There we go. I found something. Yep. I see a bunch of crust on that tone ring. I bet you there's metal on the magnet. Let's go wipe it off and see what happens. So I turned off my big light right here so we can maybe try to see this a little better. I'm gonna zoom in and we're looking, see that piece of metal right there? There should be magnets embedded inside of that. As the magnets pass by the sensor picks up on the magnet and it counts how many times it feels the disruption from that magnet coming through, and that's how it calculates the speed of the wheel. And look what I found on there. See all that, those little slivers or whatever? Those little pieces of metal that's probably interfering with that sensor picking up. Remember how it said erratic speed or erratic signal speed detected or whatever? That might be our culprit right there. I don't know how to get that cleaned out. You know, I know how I want to get this out of here. We'll use a magnet and try to defeat a magnet with a magnet. How about that? Jam that in there. Hey, there's our winner. I think that might have been it. That's metal. Stick that back in there again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rotate the wheel around, this piece of magnet in there, and whatever's on that tone wheel might get slurped up by it. There we go. A bunch of it right there. Let's do it again. Spinning. I'm using the lug nuts by hand here to rotate this. Okay, let's see what we got now. A little bit more. Okay. So I've repeated procedure with a magnet on a stick right here. This one's a little stronger and I can get down a little deeper in with it. And after a couple revolutions with this magnet, look what else we pulled out. That's chunks and chunks. Okay, so this might not really be necessary, but in the interest of thoroughness, let's give it a blast. Loud blasting noises. Let's see what happens here. All right. I did see some nasty kind of flying out of there. And I'm rotating it around. And I think we're in good shape here. The only thing I'm noticing that I don't really care for is there's like a dark spot right there. It looks like there's just been buildup in that location for a while. You see it passing through the hole. There's like a dark spot on it, but that's about it. What I'm gonna do is take some towels, stick it on the magnet, go in there and just kind of swab it like a Q-tip and try to polish that off of there a little bit. And of course, we'll shoot it with some cleaner real fast. Give it a squirt. Okay, that discoloration doesn't really care about the brake clean. Let's try to see if we can't get a bit of a scrub action going here. Q-tip style. Yeah, didn't really clean up that well. Maybe that's like some rust exposure business. Anyway, let's throw the wheel back on real quick, throw that sensor back in, and see what happens next. Real quick, we don't have all day. It's Friday, and I'd like to go home early today. I haven't left early in like 2 years, and I want a day off. I need that. Put this guy in. There's the bolt. Let's tighten her down. Why did my radio stop being a radio? Oh, incoming messages, that's why. Text message. Probably someone trying to inquire about my Medicare Part B status. I found a cool way to bother the scam call people. You know, the ones that call you all day and they don't leave you alone? This was my favorite one so far. What I do, I did this like all day yesterday. I was doing admin work yesterday. That's why there was no video that was posted, because I was hanging out in my office the whole time. Anyway, this guy calls me up and he's talking about Medicare and all that good stuff. And I said, hang on a second, I'm in the middle of something, I'm typing an email, give me 1 second, sir. And I let him do his thing. And he sat there very patiently for about 5 minutes while I was actually building my work order or whatever I was doing. And then I just hung up on him. So I got to waste his time after he wasted my time. It was like the best scam call revenge ever because it was just silence. And he sat there in silence and didn't even get to go through his spiel. I robbed him of his opportunity. It was fantastic. Definitely a win. So anyway.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
I'm good, Sean. I'm very well, sir. How are you on this glorious Friday?
I'm doing fantastic. That's the reason I'm calling you. I'm working with Affordable Care Provider, and government is providing you subsidies and benefits for health insurance.
Yeah?
And I can see that you are residing in this state of Florida, right?
Oh, hang on, sir. Just 1 second. Somebody's talking to me. Give me 1 second. Will you please hold? I'm not gonna put you on hold. Just wait right there. Wait right there. Okay. Wheels back on. We're gonna get her down. I'm gonna torque it. We're gonna hop in, clear the code out. Actually, no, we're not gonna clear it yet. We're just gonna look at the wheel speed sensors and then drive it and see what she does. Stand by. Coming down. Escape. On the ground. See, this is what you should be paying for when somebody charges you a diagnostic fee. You do not just connect, scan, tool, read codes, replace part. That's not how that works. Because if you just chucked a part into this thing, then you could have been wrong. And in this case, if I'm right, which I think I am, if you were to just chuck a part in, that brand new sensor is going to pick up on those little pieces of steel slivers in there, and it's going to do the same erratic wheel speed activity that it had prior. So realistically, I think the sensor is working and it doesn't know what to do. So let's just review those code definitions one more time before we go anywhere. Mechanical failure, erratic signal, signal invalid. With what we have here, these are all erratic and mechanical, so it's suggesting tone ring problems. I think we found one. The reality is, though, is if cleaning that thing off didn't fix it, we're gonna have to change the axle. So let's get them cleared out. Change my mind again. Testing, codes cleared, light off, all good. Shut it down. Restarting. Let's go back into memory codes and see if anybody's set instantly. And we have nothing. Good. Let's pull up the data. We're gonna back it out. We're gonna drive it, review the data, take a look at the wheels. I'm gonna feel for that jerking four-wheel drive binding business. And we're gonna determine if we have success or failure. Left front dump. Taking a dump again, left front wheel speed, left rear wheel speed. That's our line we're looking for. We're in reverse, backing up, cameras activated, no obstructions, kids, dogs. Oh, we got a Dave in the way. Watch out, Dave, I'll run you over. I won't really run him over. Dave's a valuable asset to the community. All right, wheel speed. I saw it. But it's got to stay consistent. We had erratic signal. We're off. Look, we're going 158 miles an hour. It's crazy. Yeah, looky here. We're sitting parked in a parking lot, not going anywhere, and it says left rear is now going 158 miles per hour. Yeah, this is not okay. So I have successfully diagnosed the vehicle. We know what it's not. So now we're gonna go put an axle in it and then retest it one more time. We swing this unit back into the shop. We're not going over the bridge. There's no need to drive any farther. Let's get out of here and go order an axle. Yeah, I remember when I saw this sensor here. That's the old one. Remember when I first saw it, I wasn't too thrilled with that area right there. We have a new one. Appears to be similar in size and dimensions. Let's install this thing and see what happens. Put that in the hole. A little dark in there. Sorry, folks. Trying to be all accommodating. Probably still needs an axle. I know I retracted my opinion, but like I said, I think it's easier to chuck a sensor in here real quick than it is to tear all this apart, sell parts we don't need. If I can avoid selling parts I don't need, then that's best for everyone. See, this is a long game type of business. This is not a short game type of deal. This is where I think all the retail establishments and the dealerships are failing long term, is they're in it for that quick buck profit margin, and I'm in it for long range customer service. I believe the industry is going to shift in that direction in the next few years or so. You see, the thing is now people have options, and exposure is a real thing, and reputation is a real thing. Actually, in this business, it's always been a reputation, but the world got a lot smaller and a lot bigger at the same time. It's big enough where big money can muscle people around. It's small enough where people can gather more information and make their own decisions. That's a bad combination for the big boxes. All new catchphrase: every dealership customer burned is a Ray's Auto Clinic customer earned. Yeah, buddy, that's it right there. Every customer burned is a customer earned. It's preset to 80 foot-pounds of torque. We're good. All right, let's let this unit down one more test drive before I make a final decision slash answer. There is no slash, just final decision. Told you. Words are hard today. Pick. Go. Ooh, razor blade. Put that over there for when I really need one. I know that's where it is. You know, when I first moved into this building, I was finding stuff like that all over the place, and it turns out it was bags of weed. There was little bags of weed everywhere inside of the building. Like, I found some, you guys won't believe this, side story. There was bags of weed up there above the door. There was bags of weed over there by the that circuit breaker panel. And I found all kinds of paraphernalias up on the shelves here, little baggies and stuff, and Ziplocs that had little baggies and stuff in it. It was very, very old cannabis derivatives, not for human or animal consumption or anything like that. I did an address search on the property and found out that the Sheriff's Department, the Manatee County, Florida Sheriff's Department, had conducted like multiple SWAT raids on this building. I guess what was happening is people were they were opening up a business here and then using it to sell weed and other things. There was a couple guys, they ended up getting landed with like some serious hard time over their nefarious activities that took place here once upon a time. There was one bust I read about that led to sheriff's departments in other counties conducting subsequent busts and raids because of the information that was gathered off of the bust and raid that occurred out of this building right here. Strangest things. So anyways, let's back her out. Van in the way, honking for safety. But now there is no bags of weed here at my store. And the Sheriff's Department hasn't done any SWAT team raids on this place in at least 2 years. It's funny how that works. Reputation matters. Backing up. Okay, here we go one more time, doing it again after chucking that sensor in. All right, that's looking good. Those two wheel speeds are emulating each other. That's front, that's left rear, that's the one in question. Let's get some speed going. It's no longer saying we're traveling 158 miles per hour, which is good. Don't know why it was doing that, but whatever. And we're rolling. All right, let's put some brakes into it, slowing down, decreasing speed. Coming up to a traffic control device here. braking. Both of those graphs are nearly identical. That's fantastic. Okay. Anyway, guys, I got a win here. We're done. No axle required. I'm not going to sell them one. It's fantastical. I think we're good to go. I'm closing it out. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you think about this repair in the comment section down below. Please engage that like and subscribe button while you're down there. It helps out the channel and it's free. And most importantly, have yourselves a fantastic day. Have a good weekend. See you guys later. In a day, in a diag, in a minimal parts repair required, and a 158 mile per hour wheel speed sensor in a transmission.